Yeah, they amped up their intensity. We struggled to score a bit. I think it's making sure we're all on the same page, offensively and defensively. Had some possessions where we didn't get quality looks, but I give their defense a lot of credit. Their size and length bothered us at times. So I thought we played hard after second night of a back. Effort was there first half. Two areas that obviously hurt us, turnovers. Not getting shots to the rim, the offensive. So two areas that are controlled to some degree, but we just have to be better. So we play 42 solid minutes. Last six kind of got away from us. I believe it was 17-4. But being smart, issue with technical, fouling unnecessarily, and they had to parade to the line, so that kind of helped them as well. But we just have to be better down the stretch. I thought just unforced. I think we were just trying to do too much. Making home run plays and trying to do things not necessarily out of character, but instead of just being solid, just trying to make big plays unnecessarily.
It seemed like
On the glass for sure. I thought, we tried to downsize a bit to mitigate things offensively, to spread them out, keep Jared Allen out of pick and rolls. Don't want to continue to bring their best defender to the ball. So playing small will kind of spread them out, open the floor a bit. That lent maybe a little bit to the offensive boards, but post ups, they made some tough plays. Marketing got going a little bit, but not all those were in the post. You got some catch and shoot looks, made some big threes. Chetty Osman got downhill, played to the rim. So, it was a little bit of everything, but I look at it as just the bigs that hurt us.
Chase.
Hey, Wes. There was a big disparity in free throw shooting tonight. Was there something that, you guys weren't doing to force the issue, or what do you think was the matter there?
No, I did. I thought we were pretty aggressive. You're not always going to get the whistle. That's just the way it goes. You continue to just stay the course, stay in attack mode, try to play downhill, and their length can bother us at times, but it shouldn't be a deterrent. Overall, this season we've been a solid paint offense. So staying aggressive has got to be key for us, whether we get a whistle or not. But also hit the paint, spray out, look to kick. Thought the ball started to stick a little bit tonight. Of course you have to make shots, but only 19 assists. Is a low number for us.
A career high 8 threes for Kyle. What have you learned about his potential as a scorer and as an offensive player this year?
He's shown the a steady progression where it seems like every month he's getting better and playing more confidence. He's able to do a lot of things. We've seen him guard at a high level, make timely shots, attack off the bounce. The one area we just have to be mindful of is limiting the turnovers.
Josh.
Wes, I think you alluded to this, but I wanted to make sure. Did you feel like down the stretch during those final few minutes that the ball movement disappeared to a large degree, or that players tried to create offense largely by themselves?
I'm not going to generalize that. I think it does happen, or did happen at times. But give them credit. Their defense, the switching and their length, their ability to stay in front. It's going to challenge that. So you just really have to be mindful of it and make it a point of emphasis. Continue to keep energy in the ball. If it sticks, it kind of plays in their favor.
What were your thoughts about how Gaff played tonight?
I thought he was solid. It's always a challenge. You're defending, competing against an all-star level center. He's one of the best in the business. So both him and TB, it's a great opportunity, to compete. The dynamics he brings as a roller, offensive rebounder. We've seen over the years Jared Allen get better. So, can we take something from that? Can Gaff look at his game and say, you know what, I'm very similar in size, athleticism, some of those abilities to make plays around the paint, score around the rim, defend at a high level. And I think there's growth there.
Thank you.
Zach.
Hey, Coach. Rui is now shooting 49% from beyond the arc. He was 2 for 2 today, but attempting just over 2 a game. Do you want to see him taking more threes?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's the quality of threes are important. Ball finds him. He's open. He's in rhythm. It's within the confines of the offense. Absolutely. I think that's just one thing, one area for him. Be shot ready to maintain his spatial discipline. And I think that'll help him in that area.
Thank you.
Josh, did you have one more? You good? Cool. All right, Coach. That's it for tonight. Appreciate you.
What happened in that last?
I think we just didn't do a good job executing. Obviously, them killing us on our switches, get easy paint points, and that was an emphasis for us. Coming into the game, we knew what they were trying to do and accomplish, and we just didn't execute on the other end. Didn't know exactly what we wanted to accomplish, get in, and it bit us in the butt. So. I think it was more about us than them, honestly. They made an adjustment, changed the defender on me, but we just didn't execute. I think that's just the biggest thing. We didn't execute. We didn't know what we were trying to get into and accomplish. And especially when the game's on the line, you want to be able to have confidence in, okay, these are what we're trying to get. This is the plays that we're trying to get into. This is what we're trying to accomplish. And just didn't accomplish that. So.
Career high today.
I was getting good looks. I haven't really shot the ball good all year. And I don't know if it's just these rims here or whatnot, but my shot felt really, really good. Not even just threes, my shot has been feeling good over the past, couple weeks, leading up to the break, not just threes, but just, being comfortable shooting in the mid range. I feel like I'm getting comfortable just shooting at the free throw line, just those little things. And those all add up to, what you see shooting threes. But, finding that rhythm, it's been great for me. So.
Chase.
Hey, Kuz, they had a big advantage in free throw shooting. Was there something you guys could have done differently to get more free throw attempts, or just kind of how do you evaluate that part of the game tonight?
It's tough. I think, the refs did a great job tonight of they let it be physical for, most of the game. And, it's just tough. It's what they see at the end of the day. It could have been a bunch of fouls, but at the end of the day, it's all about, if the ref calls it or not. And, that declares if it's a foul or not. So, you can say, just drive into somebody's chest and leave it up to a ref. You can change your technique of, trying to flop for calls, but at the end of the day, if the ref doesn't call it, then it's not a foul. Granted, whether or not you may think you got fouled or not. So that's just the mentality you kind of have to have. You can't really dwell on, baiting a ref or hoping a ref calls, because, you can't control that. The only thing you control is just trying to play hard, going in there, trying to dunk the ball or trying to finish. And if they call it, they call it. So.
Josh.
Kyle, I was hoping you can kind of clarify something when or explain it to people who aren't really as basketball savvy as you are. When you say the team didn't quite know what it wanted to accomplish or get into, what are you referring to?
I think that's just a bigger grand scheme thing I'm saying. I think we've had so many revolving doors of players, rotations, and that's not on coach at all. Don't take that as for what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we've had guys hurt, we have guys COVID, we've had, now me being in a new role. Howell playing much more minutes, being that lead guard for us. And I think now, for us, we have to be able, especially in the fourth quarter, because we're going to be in a lot of games, and we have to know what we want to accomplish in the fourth. We want to know, like, okay, these are the couple plays that we're going to run, and this is what we're going to be looking for. And I think if we can get to that point, thinking the game within ourselves out there, then the game is not going to get so much, clunky in those moments. So that's kind of what I meant.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
All right, Kuz, that's it. Appreciate you.
Yep. I would say just really just paying attention to detail. Kind of fell off on at the end with a lot of things. With a lot of rebounds that we could have grabbed that didn't fall in our hands. A lot of loose balls, and really just Larry Markin just got hot. Plain and simple. He got open and he shot the shots, and I'm pretty sure he practices on all the time. And he knocked him down the stretch, and that's pretty much it. He got hot down the stretch and gave them momentum, and we really didn't have an answer for it.
That trio of big guys, it seemed like that kind of kept them pretty much in control the first half, but it looked like they found their groove after that.
Going against bigs like that, it's always going to be tough. They're always going to find their groove, and they're always going to figure out ways to impact the game sometime down the stretch. Whether they started off doing it or whether they end the game doing it. That's the main thing. Just trying to figure out ways to keep them in that position is the main thing. And props to them because they figured it out late and when they needed it for sure. So really it was tough. Like I said, paying attention to detail and knowing our personnel that fell into play and trying to just fix things late in the game when we had them up, and then somewhat when we got down, kind of in panic mode, trying to figure out how to do things.
You're watching Kuz on this stretch. What's working so well for him?
He stays poised. No matter what happens down the stretch, he stays calm. And he's always ready for the moment. He's always ready for the next shot, next play, making the play on defense and making the play on offense. That's the main thing. And really just trying his best to do what he can to be able to help the team late in the game down the stretch, and also being able to try to lead the team also too. So.
Chase.
Hey, Gaff. 2 good scoring nights from you in a row. What has led to you kind of finding an offensive rhythm?
Really just coming out and just playing ball, letting the game come to me and not trying to go take it. Taking it one step at a time and not really just being frustrated with what happened during the game. I got in foul trouble tonight, but I didn't let that get to me. I just came back out and I played. Main thing was just keeping my head leveled and being ready to go whenever my number was called, whenever I came out of the game. I think going back home also helped me too over the break as well. I kind of reset myself, figured out a lot of things in myself and stayed in the gym as much as I could to get myself back in the shape that I was in before I was in protocol. So that was the main thing.
And I couldn't hear Kareem's question about Kuz, but another one about him. Just kind of what has stood out to you about him this year, and what has he brought to this team?
He never backs down from a moment. He always comes out and he's ready to play. That's the main thing. Whether he's not hitting shots or making an impact on defense, he's never going to, quit. He's never going to fold. for sure. He's always coming out with a lot of energy. He's always coming out ready to shoot the ball and ready to attack the basket and do any and everything that helps us win games. Plain and simple. You know, at the end of the day, you know, Kuz is just being Kuz.
Josh.
Daniel, heading into the season, I think a lot of people expected your lob game to finish off a lot of lobs, and that's really picked up the last couple games. I'm wondering what does it take for that to become or to remain as effective as it is?
For me, really just to put a lot of pressure on the rim. You know, it's a lot of, I would say, yeah, that's pretty much the main thing. I really can't even go any further with that. Putting a lot of pressure on the rim, and when I set screens, getting out of them quicker, being able to give guys the option to throw it up to me, you know, whether I'm rolling to the basket and putting pressure on the rim to give guys an opportunity to throw it out to the corner or the wing because people are helping off so much, and just really just, you know, the ability to get downhill and just be able to catch anything that's just thrown there to me. That's the main thing.
How did your ankle feel tonight?
I felt good. You know, it was a bit sore at halftime, but I put a heating pack on it, kind of helped me out a little bit, did some stretching, all that, and felt great. You know, I came out and I made sure I didn't step on anybody's foot again.
You know, you guys were so close tonight, and also last night.
Mm-hmm.
What was the mood in the locker room tonight after the game?
Definitely a lot of frustration. Because I mean, last 2 nights we've came out and we fought, and we've showed that we're capable of winning basketball games. We just have to believe that, and we just have to do that down the stretch, especially late game situations. We have leads and we give up leads, and we get to the point where we're static and we seem like, you know, we don't know what's going on. And down the stretch, other team hits shots, other team gets momentum, and we try to hit shots late in the game, and they just don't fall for it, you know. So being able to put ourselves in better position to win games and stuff, we have to have the discipline to learn how to keep leads. And if we lose that lead, have the discipline to be able to get that lead back.
All right. Thank you very much, Daniel.
All right, Gaff, that's it. Appreciate you.